Ego. A small word, with the power to destroy a man, or turn him into something legendary. Most people are scared of ego. They think ego is arrogance, pride, and toxic behavior, but the truth is more dangerous. Ego is the invisible force that decides whether you stay invisible or become impossible to ignore. When ego awakens inside a man, one of two things happens. He collapses under it, or he uses it to rise above everyone. And today, you're going to learn how to turn ego into a weapon. The hidden power of ego. Ego is the reason some men stay average, and others rewrite their destiny. Ego can push you to build a powerful body. Ego can push you to build wealth. Ego can push you to create an identity so strong that people feel your presence before you speak. But ego is neutral. It is neither good nor evil. The only question is, who is in control? You or your ego? If ego controls you, it will destroy your relationships, your growth, your future. If you control ego, it will make your dreams feel small compared to what you achieve. This video is not motivation. This is psychological warfare against mediocrity. Part 1. What ego really is. Ego is not disrespect. Ego is not dominating people. Ego is not acting superior. Real ego is your inner rebellion against being average. It's that voice in your mind that whispers, "I'm capable of more. This is not my final level. I refuse to stay here." Ego is the discomfort you feel when you settle. The irritation you feel when you see someone surpass you. The hunger that keeps you awake at night thinking, "I need more." A man without ego accepts low standards. He adapts to bad environments. He follows rules that keep him small. He stops asking questions. He stops challenging himself. He slowly shrinks. A man with ego cannot tolerate stagnation. He feels restless when he is comfortable. He feels uncomfortable when he is average. That discomfort is power. The man with no ego. Look at most men around you. They wake up, they scroll, they complain, they sleep. They adjust to life instead of dominating it. They don't question their limits. They don't challenge their potential. They don't feel the fire to become something more. A man with no ego doesn't rise. He exists. He survives. He disappears. History doesn't remember men who were comfortable. Part 2. Negative ego, the invisible poison. Negative ego is the ego everyone talks about. The toxic version. It whispers, "I'm already better. I don't need to learn. I don't need anyone." It turns confidence into blindness. You stop listening. You stop improving. You reject criticism. You reject growth. When someone points out your mistake, you feel attacked. When someone surpasses you, you feel threatened. Instead of improving, you sabotage. Instead of learning, you defend. Instead of growing, you argue. Negative ego destroys friendships, opportunities, and respect. People distance themselves from you. Doors quietly close. From the outside, you look strong. Inside, you are insecure. Negative ego is loud, fragile, defensive. It doesn't elevate you. It traps you at the same level and then pulls you down. The illusion of superiority. Negative ego makes you feel powerful without being powerful. You feel dominant without results. You feel superior without skills. You feel important without impact. This illusion is deadly, because while you feel superior, someone else is quietly improving. And one day, reality humiliates ego. Part 3. Positive ego, the engine of greatness. Positive ego is dangerous in a different way. It refuses weakness. It refuses mediocrity. It refuses stagnation. Positive ego whispers every morning, "You can be better. You will be better. this is not enough. When you feel tired, it pushes you forward. When you feel comfortable, it disturbs your comfort. When you want to quit, it reminds you that quitting is not in your identity. People will laugh at you. People will doubt you. People will underestimate you. Positive ego does not argue, it works. Positive ego builds discipline. It builds consistency. It builds dominance over self. This is the ego of champions. Not to crush others, but to crush their former self. Most men waste energy in arguments, ego battles, and emotional reactions. You will use that energy to build power. Your response is results. If criticism is true, fix it. If it is false, outgrow it. Let success be your reply. This is how negative ego transforms into positive ego. The difference between fighters and winners. Weak men fight with words. Strong men win with actions. Weak men seek revenge with drama. Strong men seek revenge with excellence. You were not built to fight. You were built to win. Part 6. The brutal truth about ego. Without ego, you will never become significant. But uncontrolled ego will cost you everything. Ego is either a weapon or a poison. There is no middle ground. The ego that pushes you to work is powerful. The ego that pushes you to argue is weak. The ego that builds discipline is dangerous. The ego that builds arrogance is pathetic. The silent revenge. Remember every moment you were disrespected. Remember every time you were ignored. Remember every time someone doubted you. But don't take revenge with noise. Noise is weak. Drama is weak. Arguments are weak. Real revenge is silent. Become so successful that people rethink underestimating you. Rise so high that your name carries weight. That is ego in its highest form. Final message: the man who controls ego. The man who controls his ego cannot be controlled by the world. He is calm. He is disciplined. He is dangerous. He doesn't react. He doesn't chase validation. He doesn't seek approval. He builds power in silence. If this video ignited something in you, your ego is already awake. Now, let it work for you, not against you. If you want more dark psychology and Stoic mindset secrets, subscribe and stay locked in. Stay silent. Stay disciplined. Stay dangerous. That moment decides everything. Some men surrender. Others awaken. Ego is the awakening. Part 5. How to control your ego. Here is where most men fail. When someone insults you, your instinct is to react, to argue, to prove them wrong with words. That is negative ego. Control means silence. Control means discipline. Control means redirecting energy. When someone insults you, don't respond. Don't fight. Don't waste time. Turn that insult into fuel. Those moments are not trauma. They are fuel. Ego is born when something inside you breaks and says, "Enough. I will not stay like this." That is the turning point. Either you stay crushed forever, or that fire lifts you to a level where people hesitate to question you. If remembering those moments doesn't ignite you, you are alive, but you have not entered the war to become a man. The turning point. Every powerful man has a turning point. A moment of humiliation, a moment of rejection, a moment of invisibility. The quiet confidence. Positive ego doesn't scream, it doesn't seek validation, it doesn't need applause. It moves in silence. It grows in isolation. It speaks through results. This is the ego that makes people say, "Something about him feels different." Part 4. How ego is born. Ego is not born in comfort. Ego is born in humiliation, rejection, and pain. Remember when people ignored you? when your voice had no value, when you were overlooked, underestimated, disrespected. Remember the times someone said, "You're not capable. This is your limit. You'll never make it."